clearing various aspects. I'm very, very thankful to you in a very simple way so that we can also understand.
You are welcome.
My question is basically uh, uh, why these wrong, why how the thoughts are how the wrong relationships and the thoughts are interdependent. Basically, in what manner thoughts act in choosing not a right person. Uh, um, I think I have made you clear, or should I speak something else?
It's clear. Thank you. See, we'll proceed from thoughts serve to secure the master, right? Here I am the master. My thoughts exist to secure me not in so much in the physical sense, though also in the physical sense, but more in the psychological sense. Thought is not autonomous. Thought has no sovereignty of its own. Thought is a dependent phenomena. Thought is tied to its center, and that center is called the ego. So I am the thinker, and my thought will exist to save and secure me in the psychological sense. So there is the ego, and thought exists so that the ego remains as it is. I think a lot, but I will think in a way, irrespective of how much I am thinking, that does not cause me to fundamentally change myself.
Okay.
I might think continuously, I might think intensely,
Exactly.
but just the fact of thinking will not change the thinker. Irrespective of how much the thinker thinks, thinking will not change the thinker. What changes the thinker is something very different. That's observation of thought. If you can see the thinker thinking thought, that entire triad, if you can see the thinker thinking the thought, and if you can see that from here as a witness, if you can see the entire process, there is the thinker, the subject, then there is the object of the thought, and the relationship between these two is called thinking, the thought. If you can see that, then things can change, but that does not usually happen. We usually are not witnesses to our thoughts, are we? We don't witness thoughts. We just keep thinking. We remain the subject of thought, not the witness of thought. We remain the subject of thought, not the witness. So we said the thinker can keep thinking, but thinking will not change the thinker just because he has been thinking.
Yes.
Right. And the thinker is thinking. Therefore, the thinker obviously is not going to hurt himself through thinking. Since thinking is something that is done by the thinker, why will the thinker think in a way that hurts his own perceived self-interest? Will he?
Yes.
Thought is not coming to me from the universe. Thought does not arise in a vacuum. Thought arises from me, from who I am. Since thought is my own doing, why will I think in a way that thought challenges who I am? Will I allow thought to be that way? No. So thinker is never really challenged by his thought. Right. So I'm a person now, I am the thinker, and I think a lot. Let's say I'm in the marriageable age. You're talking of relationships. We come to that now. So I'm in the marriageable age or whatever. I'm an adult. I can have relationships. Presumably, these are the kind of relationships you're talking of, right?
Yes. I'm talking of man-woman relationships.
Man-woman relationships, yes. So I'm in that age, and I think as a man, I think about women. As a woman, I think about men. And these things are there. So whatever thoughts I have will result in a choice, because most of us choose through thought. Correct? When we have to make a choice, we start thinking. I am a person, let's say I'm a man, I want to choose a woman. The choice is based on my thought, and thought exists to help me remain just as I am. The woman is coming to me through choice. Choice is made the process of thought, and thought exists to let me remain exactly as. So, what kind of woman will I choose?
Who will not change me?
I'll choose a woman who pleases me, ingratiates me, but never really challenges me to the core. Some amount of challenge is okay, that is fun. Let the two of us play air hockey. We are challenging each other. So that kind of, or carom, we are challenging each other in carom. So that kind of challenge is all right. But if somebody challenges you to the core, shakes you up to the foundations, that's not admissible, or is that? No man wants to admit such a woman in life who will challenge his basic philosophical underpinnings. Hello, you, Mr. Dualist. And the fellow is a hardcore dualist. And the woman comes in and says, no, this won't do. All your dualism is nonsense. The man is never going to let her in. Do you see how relationships depend on thought, and thought depends on who you are? And therefore, all our relationships just result in continuation of our misery. Not just continuation, actually. Enhancement, aggravation.
Yes.
I'm already bad, and through the thought process, I make a choice that makes my condition worse. I will always choose a woman who does me no good. And if a woman exists, coincidentally, who can be of real help to me, the job of thought will be to push that woman aside. Reject her the first thing possible, because she is the one who will shake you up. She will move into your house and the house will collapse. Ditto for the other combination. As a woman, you don't want a man who will challenge your most fundamental beliefs.
Right. So, Acharya Ji, what changes we need to make regarding those thoughts? Mm, Like you have suggested some thoughtless.
No, not thoughtless. See, it cannot be addressed at that level, only in that domain where a person is to be chosen for a relationship. That's probably the most hurtful. So that's the place we want to address first, right? Because if you make a bad choice with respect to a t-shirt, doesn't hurt that much. But when you make a bad choice with respect to a man, it hurts much deeper and for much longer, probably. So we want to talk of that. But talking of that alone might not be very helpful. The person, the man or the woman, didn't just randomly enter life. It was a continuation of a pattern of choices. I have been choosing that way since very, very long. And that very same pattern now made this woman enter my life, right? I just want to somehow surgically remove this woman from my life while keeping all the other entrants in. That won't do. The same process that brought this shirt to me, or this pen to me, or my job to me, or my religious beliefs to me, is or my political associations to me. You're leaning towards the conservatives. No, no, mind you, that too is going to be related to the marital choice you make. Unless I am ready to challenge the very center from where all the choices are made, it will not be possible to rectify one particular choice. If I am someone who says I am not going to challenge my political beliefs, but I want exactly the right woman in my life, it is not going to be possible. Your political beliefs are a reflection of your ego. And if you staunchly adhere to your political beliefs, that means you are very particular about saving, protecting your ego. And if that is the case, then the woman you will get, will be just your ego in another shape, another name, another gender.
Acha, I just
Yes.
I want to give the example of myself. Like I feel I am a revolutionary person. I always do something different. But regarding relationships, I somehow choose some wrong person. So how can I relate my revolutionarism with the choice of a wrong person?
You will have to reflect on everything. See, no relationship choice ever happens in a vacuum. I must be someone ready to observe all the choices being made. When all the choices are of a certain standard, then the personal choice in terms of a man or woman, that too carries a certain standard. If I am someone who is reckless in choosing the kind of jewelry to wear, or the next car, or the next job, what are the other things we choose? Our friends, or books, objects of common choice. If I do not know how to make choice with respect to these objects, how will I know how to choose when it comes to choosing someone for marriage, let's say, or for a relationship, whatever? These are not unrelated. I must be into it 24/7 because I'm choosing 24/7. So I must be observing 24/7. And if I am constantly improving the process of my choice, then when it comes to a man, I'll obviously be making a great choice. Huh? See, I can put it this way. You read a book once, right? It had, let's say, 80 chapters. Now, again, you have picked up that book. This time, some other publisher, some other font, some other size, number of pages has changed, the cover has changed, all those things have changed, the page quality, paper quality has changed. Chapter 26, when you read the book last time, was Obsession. That was the title of chapter 26. Chapter 26, when you read the book last time, was titled Obsession. And chapter 27 was titled Suffering. Now, this time, when you read the book, you find chapter 1 till chapter 26 are exactly as they were in the previous book. You are again reading the chapters sequentially. You have come till chapter 26, and chapter 26 is exactly the same as it was last time. Chapter 1 till 26 have all exactly been the same as they were last time. Now, this time, in this particular book, can chapter 27 change? That's what. For chapter 27 to change, you'll have to write an entirely new book. You cannot say all other chapters will remain the same, but one chapter has to change. Is that ever possible in any book? Cover page can change, line spacing can change, probably even the color of the ink can change. All those things can change. But after chapter 26, which is obsession, chapter 27, which is suffering, will always be there. That cannot change. If you want to change even one chapter, change the entire book. It is just pointless to expect that all the chapters will remain the same, but this particular one should now turn into celebration. After obsession, you will have suffering. The chapter cannot be renamed as celebration. Can it be? Our expectation is unanswerable. But at the same time, it does not take much to rewrite the book. In fact, we are not just entitled but obliged to rewrite the book. You have been given a book in advance. Your job is to erase whatever is already written. That's called neti neti. When you were born with a book. Now you could either keep following the chapters, or you could erase whatever came with the body and write an entirely new story. But to expect that the chapters will miraculously change into something better is unreasonable. That's not going to happen. Change everything. Change everything. Challenge everything. We said observation 24/7. Every small choice is like exercise, rehearsal, a workshop, net practice. If you are not meticulous with the so-called small choices, you will inevitably suffer in the so-called big choices, because the chooser is the same. No? So when you find the sailing is smooth, use that period to sharpen your weapons and deepen your defenses. You're sitting at a restaurant, you have to order food. You know how many combinations of food items are possible within your budget? Think of it. Think of it. You've gone there and you're sitting at the table, let's say all by yourself. Your budget is 500 bucks. For 500 rupees, the number of combinations that is possible is absolutely staggering. But do we pay attention to the process of choice? Something is priced at 80, something is priced at 100, something is priced at 250. And there are, let's say, 300 things on the menu. Can we have some mathematician compute the number of possible combinations within rupees 500? You will be astonished. The number of such combinations will run into lakhs. Now, out of these lakhs of possibilities, which one do you choose? We don't even choose. We say, one masala dosa. Pay attention to the process of choice. That got her excited.
Thank you, Acharya. I'm always obliged you come to my life, and especially your both Pratisha sessions. I am following it on in the recordings also. Thank you very much.
Most welcome.